Hey man, what's your favorite superhero? Spider-Man. Just like that? What did you expect me to say? Something like oddly specific? I just didn't expect this intro to be so short. Well, the shorter the intro, the faster to the review. Wait, what did you just say? Nothing. Oh, would you look at that? It's Spider-Man. On to the toy review. Bro, seriously, look at Spider-Man. I'm not saying things like you. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is your boy Joe, and today we'll be taking a look at the amazing Yamaguchi Spider-Man version 1. Wait a second. That's not amazing Yamaguchi. That's Hiro Yamakuohi. I'm not sure if that's even a real word. Yeah, this is not the amazing Yamaguchi Spider-Man. Okay, we're not gonna do that. Anyways, yes, this is a bootleg, a knockoff, whatever you call it. I bought this off of eBay. It was like $30, even though the real one's like more pricier than that. Yeah, but I just got this for the goofies and the ha-has and the giggles. For the gets and shiggles. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at this box here. Taking a closer look at the box. Instead of Marvel, it says Heroes. Overall, I said the box is just a copy and paste of the original one. Turning the box here, you see we have the amazing Yamakuohi, whatever that says. I have no idea what that says. And there's Heroes Spider-Man, picture of the figure. Then we have some other back text with, some comic book stuff. Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, my spider sense is never wrong. Some action poses where the figure has. Overall, this would be pretty cool, if it was the real figure. Unfortunately, that it is not. But hey, enough talking about the box and let's get on to the figure. What say we crack this thing open? Here is the figure out of the box, and one thing you might notice is the joint is actually different than the other one. That's simply because the joint broke out of packaging. I know I could have shown that, but I've had this figure for a little while, and the joint broke, so I kind of just had this extra one, and I just snapped it on, and it worked. But just getting out of the way, the figure out of its packaging doesn't look too bad. Does it look like the original? Slightly. Would it replace the original? No, it would not. I don't think it would ever be able to replace something that close to of the original one. The original one has more of a sleek, simpler design, maybe more shinier red plastic, but this one does not at all. And yeah, but getting to the closer details, you can see that the painting is not holding up well. Well, I don't know if the camera can catch it. You can see it on the butt, it's kind of like scratching off. That might be because of me, I don't know, or just maybe poor painting. Weird white on the, I don't know, that could be probably because of scratching or something, I don't know. On the joints, see, you can see that the paint on the hands isn't that good. It's not really catching it properly in the camera, but there's a lot more black splotches on it. Let's see, more black splotches on the fingers. The overall I can't say much about this since it is a bootleg. It's not like I'm actually reviewing the real thing, so if I was to compare this to the real thing, I'm pretty sure the real thing would look and be much better. But let's go ahead and see what this figure has to offer in accessories. Now, when it comes to this figure's accessories, he has quite a lot, which isn't a bad thing, but hopefully let's see how these accessories hold up to the figure. Starting off with the accessories, we're going to have this loop web effect that came with it. Has this little loop right here that can be tightened, and it can go around your doorknob and stuff, so you can have them hanging off. I'll go ahead and show that later or something. But the weird downside about this is that you can see like the little sparkles on my hands. That's from the web. Like, I just rub my fingers and it comes off. I sure hope this is not toxic. Next up, we have the long shooting web, or just him like swinging off to something. And once again, if I rub my fingers, it gets all over my fingers. I sure hope this isn't toxic. But it's a bootleg. It might be toxic. I don't know. Pray for me, guys. But yeah, when it comes to details, I see they captured it. Copy and paste. It kind of looks like more. It kind of just more or less looks like barbed wire than a web though. Well, I don't know why, silver would be your main choice for a web color. You could have just gone with a plain white at that point. There's another one that comes with the same thing. Then there's the smaller web shooting, which also rubs off to my hand. I don't want this stuff to be on my hand all day. Anyways, yeah, it's like when he's like barely shooting out his web. You could like stick it in one of the hands, I believe. The web shooting hand. There's a little hole right there. You can go ahead and stick this right in there. Plug it in. Well, if it wants to cooperate, that is. Alright, that's as bad as it's gonna get. There you go. It's like shooting it, and it like connects to his wrist or something. So, see, it happens. Just try not to break this. Next up, we have this little thing right here that connects to the main stand. As you can see, it also comes with it, so this figure does come with a stand, which is pretty neat. But yeah, then next thing we have this magnet, which attaches to the figure. Actually, you could either attach it via the peg, or you can grab this part of the stand, like pop off the little clip right here. You could just attach, you plug it into here, and then once that is attached, you grab the figure, and you could like clip it onto him, and it could look like he's like on the fridge. You can put him on your fridge, but unfortunately it's like the little peg's a little too loose, so I'm not gonna attempt to hang him over anything. Next accessory is this little pin right here, which comes for the interchangeable eyes right here. So pretty good detail from what I could see in the eyes. But one thing to note, you can remove this little peg. I also had to replace this joint. The holes are closed, so which means this is kind of ineffective. Like it doesn't work. It's ineffective. They closed off the holes, so you can't, like, the only way you could possibly go it out. It bent my thing. It bent my little tool. The only way you can do this out is if you like really just kind of use it like a screwdriver. But either way, you just use your nail and pull it out. Wow. Anyways, let me just pop this back onto Spider-Man's head. His head comes with a whole different piece. A two-part head, you could say. I don't know why that was the choice. Don't know why they couldn't just gone with a ball joint for the head. Not a peg, since a hinge peg isn't the best for head articulation. But I'm not the one who created the actual figure, so but that's it. But let's stop talking about this figure's overall accessories and let's get to his hands. Starting off with his open hands, some web thwepping hands, some holding or looking like trigger finger hands, probably for these pieces right here. All you have to do is plug this in, and it's a bit of a loose fit. Oh, wait, no. That is actually for these. So you go ahead and plug this into the hand like so. Just go ahead and pop it in, and it acts like a hook. So then you can have them hanging like this. Yeah, you can have them hanging like that from a chandelier. And finally, he has some fisted hands, which are also good for holding this one now. You go ahead and plug this in to here, and there, yeah, he looks like he's holding the web. Yeah, he's swinging, like. Yeah, but that's it for the fisted hand. Well, that's it for the hands as a whole. Moving away from the hands, we're gonna get onto his eyes. So first we have these normal Spider-Man eyes, these angry eyes, the shed of these shocked or scared eyes, and finally we have these squinting eyes. I don't recommend you leave them without the eyes. Now that we're done with this figure's accessories, we can go on and move to his articulation. So starting off with the head, he can look up pretty far. Like, that's like abnormally, but there's like these weird gappage, which I assume this little neck piece is for. Weird thing, when he looks down, his neck kind of disconnects. So I don't know if you can see this, but I have to kind of push it back down. He looks down that far, That's abnormal. I don't think that's natural, dude. Arm goes out pretty good, it's pretty decent. It has like a double joint, going off the thing, so kind of unnatural as well. Swivel at the elbow, the shoulder. No bicep swivel. Swivel at the elbow with a single hinge Revoltech joint, which is pretty good though. Kind of looks like a double jointed elbow hinge. Hinge at the hand, and which also counts as a swivel. Moving on to the body, his crunch can go back barely none, little to none. The crunch is amazing though. He has a really great crunch, but that kind of breaks the mold because this little piece is a separate piece. For what reason, I don't know. Kind of a swivel. I don't know much. Leg goes about out that far. Pretty sure it can go all around. If leg can go back that far, there's a swivel at the thigh, even though it's kind of not like at a natural angle. Single jointed knee bend, but it's actually better than an actual double joint. There's a swivel at the base of the boot. It's also a Revoltech joint. It can go side to side, which means it gives you that good angle for pivots. Hinge at the foot. Go down that far. Go up that far. Pretty decent pivot and a toe bend, which is actually a lot. Overall, I'd say this figure is not bad. Although I did have a joint break on me, that's not much of a problem. I just kind of replaced it. I shouldn't have done it. I should just reviewed it on the spot, but I got this figure a few years ago. So, replacing it wasn't necessarily an option. However, you can get some pretty good poses with this guy. And out of all that it was seen, it's not a bad figure. I wouldn't recommend it if you wanted the official one, but you couldn't get it, so you just got this one. I wouldn't recommend that in that case. Only if you really wanted it for itself and you didn't care if it was a bootleg. That would be the only reason, which is kind of why I got it. But the only reason why you would get this figure is if you didn't care if it was a bootleg. But it's not a bad figure. It's a good substitute. Well, but I wouldn't say it was a substitute. In some cases, some figures aren't bad. Some figures, some versions of the Amazing Yamaguchi Spider-Man are good. Some versions are bad. That's the whole iffy thing when it comes to bootlegs. But overall, I rate this like a 6 out of 10. Not the best, but it works. Anyways, let's stop talking about how effective this figure is and let's get on to size comparison time. Here he is next to my last review, the NECA Tokyo SOS Godzilla Special Color version. Here he is next to the Figma Doomslayer. Here he is next to the SH Figuarts Iron Man Mark 6. Here he is next to yet another Spider-Man figure that I do own. In due time, I will review this guy. And here he is next to Lightning McQueen. Overall, this is not a bad figure. It's not the best, but it's not bad. It'd probably just be good for customs or anything else of that sort. Anyways, that is all the time I have for today. Look good, stay safe, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.